Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In any given season of The Voice, narratives emerge around each individual vocalist. You get the young, fresh talent that matures before your very eyes. The seasoned pros proving that they can be stars on another level. And of course, the singers who aren't quite there yet but have so much room to grow that you can't help but keep tabs on them. Then there are the stars, the undeniable presences who steal a show from their very first performance, who just keep right on drawing your eyes and ears. With a fierce performance on the knockouts this week, Jose Luis proved that he's one of those singers. Luis, a young singer from Puerto Rico, took the show by storm earlier this season with an emphatic four-chair turn-blind audition. Then won his battle round against another promising vocalist, Austin Stansel. He's been a Team Gwen member since the beginning. And in the knockouts, he was pitted against fellow Team Gwen vocalists Cameron Brooks and Dean Jones, a newcomer, after a steal from Team Reba during the battles. For his song, Luis chose Wicked star Ariana Grande's hit, We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love. A choice he said was inspired by a heartbreak that led him to deconstruct his entire personality and examine what he really wanted in life. Luis was chosen as the closing act of the three-way knockout, and right away his voice took over the show, until by the end, Stephanie was up and out of her seat. When it was time to evaluate the artists, all four coaches had kind words for all three singers, but Luis was almost immediately singled out. Jose, I would have to choose you, because that performance just cements you as one of the great voices that I've ever heard on this show, Coach Michael Bublé said. Coach Snoop Dogg praised Luis' transformative power as a performer and spotlighted his ability to take over a stage. When that mic is in your hands, you turn into somebody different, Snoop said. I love that you recognize the moment and you step right into it. That's what stars are made of. Coach Reba McEntire added, when that spotlight goes on, you turn into this performer that is so confident. It was a great performance. When it was time to pick a winner of the knockout, Stephanie praised all three of her singers, but it was pretty clear right away that Luis was her choice. You are unbelievable, she told Luis. I'm blown away by you, you are an absolute star. You're so effortless with your gift. Wow, wow, wow. After the knockout was officially over, Stephanie further cemented Luis' place as one of The Voice Season 26 clear breakout stars, saying, he is just undeniable. It's like one of those singers where you're like, how are you real? You're so composed, you're so emotional, and I just want to see what he does next. The stage was set. The lights dimmed and the familiar buzz of anticipation filled the air. It was another night on The Voice, where aspiring singers would step into the spotlight, hoping to win the hearts of millions. But tonight felt different. There was an electric charge in the air and everyone, from the audience to the coaches, sensed that something spectacular was about to happen. As the camera panned across the celebrity coaches, a notable excitement could be seen in their eyes. Blake Shelton leaned back in his chair, cracking a joke with Niall Horan, while John Legend adjusted his suit, ready to listen with his ever-critical ear. But it was Gwen Stefani, with her signature red lipstick and edgy style, who seemed especially intrigued. She had heard whispers backstage about a new contestant, a young man named Jose Luis, who had a voice unlike any other. Tonight, she would get to see for herself if the rumors were true. The host, with a broad smile and a warm demeanor, announced, up next, we have Jose Luis performing Unbelievable. Let's see what he's got. Jose Luis stepped onto the stage with a calm yet confident presence. He was dressed simply in a black leather jacket, a white t-shirt and jeans, but his aura commanded attention. There was a moment of silence as he looked around, taking in the crowd, the judges, and the enormous set that had swallowed countless dreams and elevated others to stardom. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes for a brief second, and then the music began. The first notes of Unbelievable filled the room. It was a bold choice, a song that demanded both vocal prowess and emotional depth. The opening lines were sung with a gentle softness, Jose's voice barely above a whisper. It was haunting, and it drew everyone in immediately. His tone was raw, filled with a vulnerability that spoke of pain, love, and a deep yearning. Gwen Stefani leaned forward, her eyes widening. "Wow," she whispered to herself, her hand already hovering over the buzzer. As the song progressed, Josie Lewis' voice began to build, gaining strength and power with every line. He moved effortlessly through the different vocal registers, showcasing a range that was both expansive and controlled. The audience sat in stunned silence, hanging on to every note. It was as if time had stopped. The world outside didn't exist. In this moment, it was just Josie Lewis and the music. By the time he hit the chorus, the room was electrified. His voice soared, hitting the high notes with such clarity and force that it sent shivers down spines. It was here that Gwen Stefani couldn't hold back any longer. Her hand slammed onto the buzzer, and her chair spun around to face him. The joy on her face was unmistakable. "Wow, wow, wow," she mouthed, her eyes glistening with a mix of disbelief and admiration. But she wasn't the only one moved. John Legend followed suit, pressing his buzzer with a nod of approval. Even Blake Shelton, usually stoic and hard to impress, gave in, spinning his chair around with a wide grin. As Josie Lewis reached the bridge of the song, he did something unexpected. He dropped his voice to a near whisper, pouring every ounce of emotion into the words. It was as if he was sharing a personal story with each member of the audience, bearing his soul in a way that few artists could. The raw emotion in his voice brought tears to the eyes of many, including Gwen. She wiped away a tear, clearly moved beyond words. The final chorus was a powerhouse of vocal gymnastics and heartfelt delivery. Josie Lewis' voice climbed higher and higher, reaching a crescendo that felt like it would shatter the very walls of the studio. It was a performance that transcended mere singing. It was a testament to the power of music to connect, to heal, and to inspire. As the last note lingered in the air, there was a brief moment of stunned silence. Then the room erupted in applause. The audience leaped to their feet, cheering and clapping, their faces lit up with admiration. The coaches stood too, giving Josie Lewis a standing ovation that lasted nearly a full minute. Gwen Stefani was the first to speak, her voice filled with awe. "Josie, that was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, wow, wow, wow. I don't even know where to begin. You took a song that's been covered 1,000 times and made it your own. You didn't just sing it, you lived it. Every note, every word. It felt like a piece of your soul was being shared with us." John Legend nodded in agreement, his face serious. "I've been on this show for a while now, and I've heard many talented singers. But what you just did, that was something special. You're an absolute star, Josie. There's no other way to put it. You have a gift, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes you." Blake Shelton, never one to shy away from a joke, grinned. "Well, I'm not usually the type to gush, but I think I just became a fan. You've got a voice that can cut through the noise, Josie. And that's rare. I'd be honored to work with you if you'd choose my team." The crowd erupted again, clearly loving the banter between the coaches. But it was clear that Gwen Stefani was the most eager of them all. She couldn't stop smiling, her eyes never leaving Josie. "I've got to say, Josie," she continued, "I felt every single word you sang. You're not just a singer, you're a storyteller. And I think together, we could do something amazing." Josie Lewis looked overwhelmed, a small smile playing on his lips. He took a moment to soak in the applause, the standing ovation, and the incredible praise from the coaches. It was a dream come true, and he seemed almost at a loss for words. He chuckled nervously into the microphone, his voice cracking slightly as he said, "Thank you, everyone. This is unbelievable. I'm so grateful." The audience laughed along with him, feeling his genuine humility and gratitude. He glanced back at the coaches, each of whom was trying to win him over with their best pitch. It was clear they all saw something exceptional in him, a potential that could take him far beyond this stage. After a moment's hesitation, Josie Lewis took a deep breath and looked directly at Gwen Stefani. "I've admired you for a long time, Gwen. Your music, your style, everything. I think I'm going to have to go with you." The room exploded in cheers, and Gwen Stefani jumped up, clapping her hands together in delight. "Yes," she shouted, running up to the stage to give Josie a congratulatory hug. "I knew it. I knew you were something special from the first note." Backstage, the buzz was palpable. fans and contestants alike crowded around monitors, re-watching the performance that had just taken place. Clips of Josie Louis' rendition of Unbelievable were already trending online, with fans proclaiming it as one of the best auditions in the history of The Voice. Gwen Stefani couldn't stop gushing about her new team member. In interviews, she was asked what made this performance so special, and her answer was always the same. It wasn't just the voice. It was the emotion. It was the way he made everyone feel something. That's what makes a star. As the weeks went by, Josie Louis continued to dominate the competition, delivering stunning performances one after another. But it was that first moment, that first audition, that would be remembered as the night a star was born. And Gwen Stefani's reaction, "Whoa, wow, wow," will become a tagline for his journey on The Voice, a reminder of the night he made everyone believe in the power of music once again. Years later, when asked about his time on The Voice, Josie Louis would smile and say, "That was the moment everything changed for me. When I saw Gwen's reaction, I knew I had something special. And that belief, that validation, it was unbelievable." In the end, it wasn't just the performance that made Josie Louis an absolute star. It was his passion, his authenticity, and his ability to move people with his voice. And that, as Gwen Stefani had said, was something truly special. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.